My angels, it's story time. We're taking a bell together. Let's take a bell. A bowl bell. A singing bowl bell. Oh, look at that. Audie's smiling. That's maybe my first smile of the day. Okay, my angels, I have an encouraging story to share with you today. I have we're going to go off the beaten path for a second because you guys know, if you watched the last couple videos, we're just starting a brand new series, and I released the first two little videos on that in the past couple days. But I have to say, when I come into this room, you guys know I just offer myself as a vessel, and this is my own practice of not just teaching and talking, but embodying my belief system, and not just my belief system, what I'm learning to do. Okay, so it's like in me first, I'm going to step out first. So, I want to tell you guys that the last 24 hours has been absolutely brutal emotionally, really difficult. And I'm sidestepping on our series because it felt urgent enough that I needed to give a different message this morning, but it's all going to tie into one thing. So, okay, and if you haven't seen the video that I released the other day on endurance training, okay, spiritual endurance is what some of us right now are in. And I think the video is called, I Know You're Fatigued. Go back and watch that if you haven't seen it. I might go back and watch that myself. This one goes with it. So here we go. In the last 24 hours, I've had encounters with a couple of leaders in their own spheres. Okay, one is in the religious sphere, one is in the healthcare industry sphere. And all I can tell you is that their practices were unethical. I had to confront things that I absolutely did not want to confront. And it left me feeling incredibly disheartened. It was hard. It was pressure. On top of that, I had some other things going on. And one of them being like a package that kept trying to be delivered to me. And it was delivered 6 times. And I was home all of those times except one of the times. And it wasn't connecting with me. And I was starting to get really frustrated because it was connected to an opportunity that I might be getting involved with. Anyways, I was just like, what is going on? I felt the chaos, but more than chaos, I felt pressure. I felt weight. I felt opposition, and I felt a fog coming over me. If that is resounding with you, if you feel like you've kind of just been swirling, what has been going on? You know, it's almost like your day gets ambushed by extreme injustice, negativity, pressure, okay? Well, I'm going to encourage you, and I'm fresh out the gate with it, okay, myself, but I'm going to just give this to you. Yesterday, I had an encounter in my meditation time, and I woke up, and here's the story. I see a picture of this beautiful ballerina, okay, but she's in a studio, like a dance studio, by herself. You know, imagine the hardwood floor and the big mirror in front of her and the bar. And she's clearly been practicing some routine in this vision. She's going through the motions, and I'm watching her. She's just in kind of sweatpants. And I know in this vision that she has been showing up every day, doing the moves to the point where her muscle memory, right? She's got this dance down. She could do it with her eyes closed, right? And I know she's at this point, okay? Then all of a sudden this package gets delivered to her, and it's like this person, this ominous person just comes and brings her this beautiful package, and it has her costume in it, like a dress. Beautiful diamond encrusted, like what you would imagine of like a proper ballerina. Little, what do you call those things? Little tutu kind of thing. It wasn't like the big tutu, but you know, anyways, doesn't matter. I'm such a girl. Okay. It was beautiful. And the quality and the elegance of it was just stunning. And in this vision, I'm watching her, and she has to put this outfit on now and do her dance. And as she puts the outfit on, I can hear her own thoughts as though I'm in the vision. And she says, oh, it's heavier than I imagined it would be. Now, I don't wear a lot of nice, expensive gowns, but I imagine if you actually put a very beautiful, expensive gown on, I can't imagine how much it would actually weigh. And, people that most kind of normal people wouldn't think about. Well, in this vision, she's put it on and she's like, whoa, it's heavier than I thought. So she goes back. She has to do all the moves that she knows by heart. But when she goes back to do them, I'm now like inside of her thoughts, and she's saying, it's hard. It's kind of hard to do this dance. It feels really different to do this same dance I've been doing the whole time. Okay. And I heard the spirit say, the weight that I'm putting on you is causing you to feel a little unsettled. It's even feeling like it's throwing you off balance a little, but it's meant to, okay? It's meant to. So what she has to do, she has to go through those motions again. And it's not starting from scratch. It's just fine-tuning her movement. And I want you to hear the spirit in this for you, if you can. It caused her to not rely on the old muscle memory, but to find a new grace under the new weight that was put on her. It was meant for her. This was the costume that she was always meant to wear in the next performance, in the next season, right? In the next moment of life. So she has to practice these movements with this on, and she does. And it's kind of a sweet little vision, because I was like feeling like she was thinking, oh, it's getting easier. Okay, so she's clearly acclimating to the weight of this new outfit. And she gets time. She gets time to practice. Not a ton of time, but enough time to where she is now confident in her outfit, and her movements, whilst perfect before in her mind, couldn't have got any better. Something about the weight that gets put on her causes her muscles to have to even be stronger. She has to access a new mental precision that she hadn't had to before. Okay. And she couldn't have done it unless that had been put on her. All right. So then the scene changes. She's walking into this beautiful auditorium where the seats are empty, but the lights are on, the stage is there. She is like, this is where, she has to do her performance. She's going to do this dance that she has been practicing, knows by heart, wearing the outfit that, she had to acclimate to. And she's ready. Enough. She goes to the stage and she's walking around, and I'm watching it, but then I'm inside her head, and she goes, oh, it's like she was looking out going, oh, this is not the same as the dance studio, right? And she is thinking and she's taking it in, and she's imagining all the seats filled and the lights are proper on and hot. She's getting the feel that this room changes things a little bit. So she, in her outfit, costume, she begins to move around the stage and practice the movements that she's been doing in the outfit that she's gotten used to, but it's not the same. It's different. And I can feel her processing. It's so weird. Her thoughts change, and she starts to say, I can't afford, this is as she's moving around the stage, she's like, I can't afford to focus on the audience. This is overwhelming. It's intimidating. This is so real, and she's feeling all of that. And there's not even people in the seats. Okay. And so you get the sense that she's being allowed, again, another moment to get her bearings. All right. So she is moving around, and she's thinking as she's moving and doing these beautiful movements, I can't afford to get distracted by what's out there. So in this moment, I got the sense that where the weight from the outfit, the pressure, had caused her to have to fine-tune her movements, this the weight of the room and the sort of glory of this room was causing her to have to fine-tune her focus to staying present and connected with her body and connected with the spirit, right? It was forcing her to find a new balance between heaven and earth and holding that tension, okay? And she couldn't have even imagined it until she was there. All right. So I felt like the message, as I thought about it later, because so I have this encounter. And by the way, side note, right now, I don't know if you can hear this, hopefully not, because I will have edited it, but there is people on the first floor of this building who are using tools. Can you hear that? All right. And I had to decide whether to wait to do this video till they were done, because I was so annoyed and so frustrated. Truly, especially after my day yesterday, I was like, whew, or to do it. And I felt like I was to do it literally as a breakthrough, because I'm having to focus on what I am saying to you guys and what I'm doing rather than the distraction of what's going on around me. All right. So I have all this chaos yesterday, and I have decisions to make about how I'm going to respond to people who are unethical. I have decisions to make about how I'm going to steward my patience over this package that I'm trying to receive. It was like manage, focus on your responses, focus on your nervous system, focus. Autumn, focus. All right. And I'm stopping my other message because I feel like some of you guys are in this moment where you have been fine-tuning the movements, the pressure on your life, the injustices that you've had to walk through, the sense of, is anybody seeing this? Like anybody? God, right? But God is saying, no, you're seeing it wrong. See it like this. This is a gift to you. This is preparation. This is oppositional weight that I'm putting on you because I need you to learn your movements. Again, I need you to learn your movements and do your movements, but I need you to do them with this weight being put on you. I need you to do what you know how to do whilst this trigger's coming and this trigger's coming. I need you to see that if you can focus, it's going to make your movements even better. So it's not the enemy, and maybe some of it is. Who cares? It's not got even to do with these people. These people have to deal with themselves. They have to deal with their own ethical practices, okay? This is about you learning how to move under pressure. Okay, now fast forward, because I was like, okay, well, this is a very empowering message, but the rest of the day was still hard. I'm not going to lie. This morning, I went into my meditation time. I was going to crack on with our series, and I get this message. All right, now here is what I was asking the Spirit about: direction. Because it threw me off yesterday enough just to be like, am I on the right path? Okay. And these questions, I want to stop here and say, you might have been asking yourself this. I'm getting so much opposition. Maybe I've done something wrong, or maybe I've just gotten it wrong, and if you know how to work with your Heavenly Father and the Spirit, you will have gone into your own time and said, look, I have no skin in this game. Like, if I'm doing something wrong, like I have moments where I'm like, if you want me to stop the channel, I'll stop the channel. If you want me to not do this series, I won't do the series. I have crucified my flesh truly enough to be like, if you aren't in it, I don't want to go there. Does that make sense? It's not worth it. All right. I don't want to just develop some channel that's like building some crap. I want it to be fresh bread from heaven. You know what I'm saying? Water from eternity that we're living in, that we're drinking, that we're eating. Otherwise, I've got no time for it. I'll go work at Starbucks. All right. Here's what I heard. Okay. Keep going. Focus on the movements as the weight becomes normal. Let me just read it straight out of my journal. I have to keep pressure on you now. I have to keep pressure on you now. Do you understand? Oh, I'm getting emotional. I have to keep pressure on you now. Think of this costume that she's wearing. She doesn't just get to take it off and try the day. Keep it on. Keep it on. So I have to keep the pressure on you so that your fine movements will acclimatize, okay? The decisions that you're going to have to take. I want you now to think about what you know is coming down the pipe. You know something, you've been being prepared for something. You might not even know exactly what it is, like me. I don't know exactly what it is. That's okay. All right. You know, we might have plans or think we're going in this direction, but it's more than that. It's, you know, you've seen something that you're being prepared for. Okay. You know, at this point, if you're in the endurance training part of your walk, you know already how to keep your routines. You know, you have a level of stability, or you wouldn't be in the endurance part, right? There's establishing stability. That's a different part. This is the endurance part. This is even going, we're almost crossing a threshold out of endurance. Oh my God, that's just, okay. I'm not eager to move past my own season. I'm just going to tell you that. This is checking my impatience a little bit, because what I'm realizing, what I'll tell you from the last 24 hours is I was not impressed with myself. I wasn't. I got through it. I did better than I've done in the past, for sure. For sure. My bounce back time's better. But was I impressed with myself? Not at all. Not at all. It's okay to cry. It's okay to cry about things. It's okay for injustice and people lying. It's okay to feel upset by that. It should never feel right. But if it brings me to tears, I'm still not seeing it right. The Spirit was saying, I need you to see it differently. It's me. If you see it's me putting weight on you, then you won't even care who it's coming from. It doesn't matter if it's coming from the enemy or from a person. It doesn't matter. How are you doing under pressure? Okay? That is the thing that I'm going to get another chance, obviously, because as the word says, it's going to stay. The pressure is going to stay on us now. It's going to stay. I know, I'm sorry. Don't hate me for saying it, but let's be real. We're going to get this opportunity to keep practicing our responses, our reactions, what comes out of us. All right. I saw some spiritual pride in me yesterday. Be careful. You could be the one who's trying to always do the right thing. Okay, hold on. The Spirit separates the marrow from the bone. What does that mean? It means if your response to things is, well, I handle things so righteously. Look at me. Like, what? It's not good either. It's not good either. Not seeing it right. Not seeing it correctly. There's a higher place. There's a higher level. I hope to get to the point where it's hard to see stuff happen, but I have a gentle wisdom and compassion enough that I don't have to also make myself feel better than someone else, if that makes sense. That will make sense to the right person. That's what fine-tuning is. That's the level that some of us who have hearts of mothers and fathers, right? We're not just sons and daughters, we're mothers and fathers. So, managing our internal world is so important. And the why is because we want to pass a better world on to our kids. So we have to become those that are not reactionary to everything. All right. Okay. So the weight is going to stay on, and the fine tuning that the Spirit is talking about is our reactions to things, not just our reactions. Don't just look at your reaction. Look at the motive behind your reaction. That's master level. Okay. Basic level is, oh, I did the right thing. Masterful mindfulness is to be able to connect not just what you did, but why you did it. Okay. And if you did it for the wrong reason, or if you did it to make yourself feel better, you feel anything's off about your own motives, it's really simple. Catch it and just be like, that ain't right. That's it. You don't have to do some prayer or say some, God knows, he sees, oh, you caught that one. Good. Okay. Next time, more compassion. Next time, more mercy. Next time, more love. Next time, more gentleness. Next time. You get a next time. We get a million chances, okay? So the word was, I have to keep pressure on so that you acclimatize. The decisions you're going to have to take in the next season, the opposition, the criticisms, and I'm going to say this exactly as I heard it, from within your own family, from within your own tribe, from within the Christian faith, right? They will not stop and they will not relieve, but they will increase. To whom much is given, much is required. Okay? How do you respond to pressure, to threats, to injustice, to intimidation? This is your teacher. It's exactly what you need. You are capable of so much more. And I heard you are not using your capacity, not even close. You're not using all of the strength that you have. You're not using all of the focus that you have or the power that you have. I heard the Spirit say there is so much more you're not even accessing. Not at this moment in your life. It's there. You are not accessing yet. I'm pressing you so that you can have nothing to do but to access heaven, access the Spirit, access your true resources and your true power. Okay, do you get the picture of that? I could see it. It's like when you're like, and then you just bust out, like you cry out, God, that is the moment of breakthrough. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the maker of heaven and earth. What is that? Psalm 84. That is a powerful psalm. I think that comes from Elijah, when Elijah has just faced off Jezebel, Ahab, like some serious high-level, high-ranking powers, okay? Like he's all in. And he's like, where does my help come from? My help comes from the maker of heaven and earth. There's a point that some of us are going to have to accept. There's no going back, okay? Don't even look. Don't even turn around because it's burned, okay? We only can go forward. We cannot stop the injustice from coming. We cannot stop the opposition. And it's not just that we can't. You can try, you can fight it, go out and do whatever you want, but it's still going to keep coming because it's from God. And it is growing and teaching us, it's growing and it's teaching us. And it's, if we could see it better, we would see that it's preparation and training for a greater weight. And you guys, let's be clear. This is not like, this is not like a heavy, this is not a heavy yoke, no pun intended. But this is not about like, oh, God just has us labor and die to ourselves. And this is not that. This is completely heavenly. This is like, I'm putting glory on you. glory, true riches, light, joy, freedom, lightheartedness, laughter, abundance, health, wealth, all of it, everything, purpose, being in your stride. You are going to make things look effortless by the time I get you where we're going. Effortless. God is a rewarder. I don't care what any of the picture of Christianity has given you or said. God is a rewarder. Okay? You cannot out-sacrifice God. You cannot outgive him. You know, if you've been through a hard season, I said to my aunt last night on the phone, I said, I don't have a testimony of justice to bring to anyone right now. I've not seen it. I'm being honest with you. How about you? I said this to God. If you want me to have a testimony of justice, not like a God is just to all, but like I've seen it. I've seen God bring justice. Not like man brings it and not in the time that I want it, but I've seen him bring it. If you want to have me be able to say that authentically to people about who you are, give me one. Give me a testimony about you bringing justice, okay? That's not the season I'm in. I'm just being honest with you guys. Maybe you aren't either. Maybe things have been done to you, said about you. You've been hurt. You've been all the things. Rejected, betrayed, all the things, okay? Christ was all those things. And you know, he went all the way into that too. Nobody knew what was going to happen. All right. So maybe things are just looking really dead around you too. You don't see that fruit yet. Okay. We're not in that part yet. I do believe it's coming in faith, but even that journey of wanting justice, by the time I think we actually get to where God brings the justice, I think really all we want by that point is mercy, if we're doing it right. Does that make sense? If you still want justice, if I still want justice, we haven't learned the lesson. I'm not saying that vindication isn't sweet. It is. I know it is. I love it in the movie when the person gets vindicated. I love it. But usually if the character is vindicated but merciful, it's a completely different story. It's a heavenly story. It's transcendent. So all I'm saying is that there are rewards coming. There is justice coming. There is all things in the future being put into order because God is a God of divine order and justice and peace and all the things. Okay. But who we are, who we're becoming, what we're being prepared for, what we're being prepared to do, how we manage our hearts, how we keep our hearts pure, that's what our Creator is looking at. That's where the gold is. I hope this is resonating with you guys. If this is resonating with you, by the way, do remember to like this, because I guess if you like things, it like flags that maybe somebody else this would encourage too. Okay. I want to get truth out there. And this is what I want to leave you with. There is so much more in you. There's so much more in you, and you know it. You know it. It's just a daily process, okay? We can't necessarily like rush our way there. We have to really authentically walk it out. But that's why we're doing this journey together, because as I walk it out, you have to walk it out. We have days where we're proud, days where we're not proud, okay? But it's not about the reason why I heard you're not going to feel completely ready is because God's going to give us time in preparation, He's going to give us a gentle ability to practice, right? Maybe for some of you guys, that's practicing behind closed doors, practicing before your, company blows up, or before you're on a public stage. There's a mercy and a gentleness in letting you practice and prepare more behind the scenes, but it's not going to be like that for long. Okay. And that's why I said, maybe we're almost crossing a threshold out of endurance into this finish line of this manifestation of things that you've seen in the spirit in front of your eyes. Okay. So the last part of this word was, I heard it happens first in the spirit. It happens first in your mind's eye. Can you see? So I'm going to invite you right now to look again with your spidey senses. Look again with your spirit at what is in front of you and try to lock on it for a second, okay? And then I heard the Spirit say, call out what you see. Call out what you see. So I think some of us get knocked for six a little, right? And we start to doubt, and we're like, or maybe I don't have a full vision. You know what I mean? It's not like that. I don't want to give the impression that you or I need to see what exactly it is. It's not that. It's what can you see? Who are you that you're not accessing, that you can see it with your spirit? So in other words, what would I say? I am capable of walking in patience with myself, but also with this person. I am a mother. If I were this person's mother, this is how I would act in this situation. Okay? I'm safe. I'm secure. So I'm the kind of person who can ride this out. Okay? Stuff like this. Call out what you see. Call out what you see. Go read the story in Ezekiel where God shows Ezekiel a valley of dry bones, and he says, what do you see? And he tells Ezekiel, prophesy life over these bones. Okay? And by the way, I think Ezekiel goes, what do you see? It's like he's checking in with God. And maybe that little bit of the conversation is important too. Maybe have that conversation. If you're like, I don't know what to prophesy, Autumn. I don't know what to speak out loud. I don't know what to say because I don't know what I'm manifesting. Then go, what do you see, God? What do you see? How do you want me to speak out? However we need to do it, we need to move into it, because that's the more. That's the next part of this. Okay, it's speaking and creating and manifesting across this finish line, across this threshold, who we are. I am already who you say I am, God. You see me? I don't see me like you see me or other people see me, but you see me. And I am who you say I am. And if I have it in me to endure, I will endure. If I have it in me to fulfill this mission, I will fulfill this mission. I'm safe. I'm healthy. I thank you, body. You are doing this with me. We're doing this together. Yeah? Thank you for the oppositional force. Thank you for all of the stuff that has come against me. Thank you for the weight that's put on me. Thank you for what it's made me focus on. Thank you that my fine-tuned reactions and responses are changing. Thank you that I have compassion on myself, enough to say, I didn't get that one so great. Thank you that I have love for myself enough to say, you did do that one good. And you did them both on the same day, in the same hour. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. You got this. We got this.